Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a card, pick a story. Where in one of these decks there should be a story for you, hopefully. So I'm going to hold up each deck and I want you to see if it's resonating with your energy. So starting with deck number 1, is your energy resonating with this deck? Deck number 1. Or is it deck number 2? Is your energy resonating with deck number 2? Or will it be deck number 3? Could your story or message be in deck number 3? All right, so let's go ahead and begin here. Starting off with deck number 1. I forgot to press the timer. We have the Empress, Page of Cups, Ace of Swords, the Tower, King of Wands. Central issue, we have the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Swords, and Nine of Cups. Okay, so I can see that someone looks as if they have been smoking to ease their anxiety. Maybe even drinking for some of you, but I see someone has been trying to relax. It can even be eating, whatever your guilty pleasure is. Someone is indulging in that. This is even very random, but I'm seeing something in regards to pizza. It might be baking, like someone takes care of their anxiety by baking. That helps to make you feel better. Ooh, now I'm getting like a name of Rashid for somebody. And I feel like someone is having some sort of anxieties about whether or not they're going to hear from someone specific or not. I can see two. We have one person who's very confident, and then the other person is very insecure or worried. I also feel like there is something that needs to be dealt with. Somebody is in denial about something. You might be having trouble sleeping. You may have been having some sort of dreams. I'm also feeling like a little bit of guilt. Someone may be feeling guilty about the thoughts that they're having. I almost feel like too, someone is supposed to be like in yoga class or spin class or any type of class, like someone is crushing on their trainer or someone who is trying to teach you something, and it's like, I don't know, like you're having all these thoughts that you feel like are undesirable. And it's just like, I should not be having these thoughts. You know, these are thoughts that are supposed to be kind of inappropriate or whatever. And you're trying to suppress them, or you don't want to admit that you have an attraction for somebody. Every time you look at them, you become mesmerized and you're like, I can't even look this person in the eyes. I can't even look them in the face. Now, I also get some sort of shift or change coming to you very soon. There's changes coming to your life, maybe even very sudden or unexpected. With the Tower here and the Wheel, this is something too that was supposed to happen. Like fate is stepping in. If you've been hesitant about anything, this is fate stepping in and giving you a shove towards what it is that you need to be doing. If there is something that you've been holding back, like holding back some sort of information, is being forced out. If you've been avoiding any type of changes, like you need to quit a job and start on your business, because I'm getting like a strong entrepreneur energy from here. So some of you are being thrusted into working for yourselves. I just overall feel like someone has been procrastinating, and this is part of your journey or your cycle or your destiny. So you're being forced into it. And what brings about this sudden change too could be because of the shift in energies with the sun going into Aries. So something, that's why I say something as soon as tomorrow, because the sun will be moving into Aries tomorrow. And also the sun and moon will oppose one another. There is already aligning up now, so secrets could be coming out this very moment. And so I see the truth coming out as well. Someone is maybe confessing something about, or being honest about how they feel. So you're going to have clarity about a situation too. If you've been confused about something, you're going to have clarity. Now also, this could go the other way around. It could be you that finally reveals something and sets the record straight, or comes clean about your fantasies or desires or something. Like you might accidentally flirt. I don't know how you accidentally flirt, but something comes out your mouth and you're like, ooh, too late now. Pandora's box is open and we can't close that door. And now someone is just like, really? That's how you feel? And they're like, okay, I see you. So I feel like too, there is some sort of intense attraction developing here. Now the energies that I'm getting, it could be fire. So Aries, Leo, Sag, could be Libra, Taurus, maybe Gemini, and also could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But I feel like someone is starting to be honest with how they feel. There's going to be some sort of subtle flirtation going on between you and someone in regards to love. Now, in regards to those of you that are creative or have some sort of gift, because I'm seeing too, some of you are learning about your gift and you're developing it. Also, some of you could have been in denial about a gift that you had. You're like, I don't want to tell people that I can see the dead, or I don't want to tell people that I'm an empath, or that I read tarot cards, or that I'm a singer, or that I'm a writer. I don't know. It's just something that you have. It's some sort of gift that you have that you should be proud of. I feel like you should be confident and proud of whatever gift this is. And you came as part of your destiny or part of your journey to use this gift or to share it with people. So I get again like that energy of wanting to work for yourself, wanting to be independent, being very creative, being very innovative. You might be someone who thinks outside of the box. I also see someone who gets a mind-blowing creative idea that's going to maybe make them lots and lots of money. Yeah, I just kind of feel like ideas are bursting through. And I also see some sort of opportunity for you to, I feel like it's an opportunity for either a communications job or a job that has to do with writing. You might receive a job offer out the blue. Whatever it is, I feel like this is what you're supposed to do. Like, you're very gifted. You might be discovering that you have some sort of hidden talent here. Romantically, I can see you and this person possibly becoming business partners, especially even if this is a new person, you don't know too much about this person. I feel like somewhere down the line, you guys will have the potential to be business partners. Let me see what this Tower is all about. I also see someone getting involved with someone who has a lot of status or income. Spiritually, or not spiritually, on a global scale, I feel like something's going on with someone's kingdom being dismantled. So a leader, whoever is in charge, I feel like their kingdom is being dismantled by some sort of secrets that are coming out. Something can't be hidden anymore either. Okay, so getting a few things here. So the Tower may indeed deal with someone's romantic feelings here. But I think what it is that you may find out that you weren't the only one. Someone else has been in a picture. But I feel like somebody is maybe going through a separation or a breakup. I think the fact of the matter is that that information wasn't disclosed. It's like, you mean we've been seeing each other all this time and you never told me you were going through a divorce? Or, you know, there's something going on where I feel too, legally, if this is dealing with any legalities, there's something going on where the decision is going to come at a surprise. Like, you're very surprised at the judge's decision, especially if it more so goes in your favor, because it's almost like you were expecting the worst here. You thought something bad was going to happen, but it ended up being something in your favor. And it doesn't necessarily have to be anything dealing with legalities, but it can definitely be something in regards to romance. You might be very surprised to hear from a twin flame if you feel that you have a twin flame out there that you've been in separation with. This could be some sort of incident. I'm seeing like a mediator, or through some sort of unexpected situation, being brought back together with your twin. And I feel like maybe you guys have been trying to fight the connection. You guys may have been very distant and guarded towards one another. It's almost like the universe kind of steps in and says, enough of this. You know, we're all, your angels and guides are all watching you guys be petty with each other. We're stepping in. So someone's going to get that shove to communicate with the other person. I also see this as a spiritual contract. Someone is in denial of the fact that they have a spiritual contract with someone. See, I feel like this is already a spiritual marriage, a spiritual union. And now it just is manifesting in physical form. This is something that's already happened in the ethers or in the higher realms, or however you want to address it. Your over self, you guys have already made this agreement, and now the results are trickling down to the material plane. See, but you all have been very guarded with one another, very distant. There's been conflict. there's going to be a confrontation too. Someone maybe have been trying to avoid conflict. Again, someone avoiding something. Someone could have been trying to avoid a conflict. It also could take someone to get drunk before they drunk dial you. You know, it's just like, because someone is inebriated, they're like, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna call them, you know, I'm telling what I've been thinking about, you know, and they just kind of pick up the phone and they're just like, you know, it's just like, you can tell immediately, like, you mean to tell me it took you to get drunk to call me? So this is, I feel like someone has one too many drinks, and, you know, it forces them to let their guards down. And that is what helps them to open up and communicate. So blame it on the alcohol in this situation. Hell, blame it on the weed. It took somebody to basically get high to communicate. Now, I know that's not going to be for everyone, but for somebody, it's taking them to get drunk. I also feel like with the wheel, that's just a reminder of you needing to go with the flow of things. It's the natural law. Something is taking, it's like letting nature take its course here. So if you feel like something isn't real, or if you feel like something is unnatural, really what is being forced is you avoiding the situation. You need to confront the situation. Now, for some of you that get all upset, you all have been so upset with me bringing up people from the past and exes. You guys, first of all, I can't control your ex wanting to come back in your energy field, whether or not you moved on from them or not. If they're still thinking about you, they still want to be with you, they still want to come back, they're going to come through. It's going to show. But the thing is that nobody is telling you to get back with your ex. I'm just giving you guys heads up. Some of you, and some people do, the quiet ones that don't want to be judged is the ones that's talking about, I hope my ex come back. I want to talk to my ex. I want to talk to my twin. You know, those are the quiet ones. The ones that's been fed up and chewed up and shot up, don't want to deal with the exes. I get it. But it doesn't mean that they're not going to reach out to you at some point. And two, some things I was thinking about personally, have you forgiven everyone? Like, you don't need to talk to them to necessarily forgive them, but have you forgiven them? Why are you getting so on 10 the minute your ex name comes up? You know, it doesn't mean that you want to be with them anymore, but it still means that anger is still inside and festering within. So that's something that you need to heal or resolved. And maybe, yeah, they're going to keep irritating you and haunting you until you fix that. Let me see what the Empress is too. Now, the Empress for Sun, she's also usually a single and available woman. She's a flirtatious woman. She's someone that is strongly desired. She can also be a flirt, and yes, the Empress can sometimes be the other woman, or AKA a home wrecker, which I do see for some of you, not all of you. I need to reiterate that too. Jesus, not everybody. But for somebody, or you could be the home wrecker, or viewed as the home wrecker rather. Maybe you just like, I just fell in love with my twin, or I just fell in love with my soulmate. I didn't do nothing. And, you know, yeah, that was part of the purpose. Everybody's playing their role. Okay, so somebody has been keeping their eyes on you from a distance, whether they live in another state or the distance is just simply them being quiet and observant, but they're coming through. And now we also have Earth coming out, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But this person has been quietly observing and waiting for the right time to communicate with you. And you may have, what do you call it? Not unintentionally. Like you were unaware too that you were waiting for them. Like quiet as kept. You kind of wanted to hear from this person too, even if you just want an apology and want them to go away after that. And I've been too getting like a lot of twin flame energy. And sometimes, you know, our twins, they come in and out of our lives. I've talked about that before too. Which I just saw some sort of beginning of a new cycle. A new cycle begins and it happens when you least expect it. So some of you, it's like we need that recharge from our twins. Doesn't mean that you want to be with your twin, but it's like that twin energy. I don't know what it is, but it's like when you see them or you hear from them, it gives you a quick healing or a quick recharge. And then it's like, okay, it was nice talking to you. Now, some of you are going to want to hear from them again or continue to hear from them. But I feel like for some of you, this is getting like a quick recharge or healing energy from your twin. Now, what I'm also getting here, I'm definitely getting someone coming off as the other man or the other woman. So someone is intervening in a relationship. Not everybody, but somebody's intervening. If you are single, then you are the other person. You are the other person. This person is connected with somebody, but they're choosing, after much consideration, choosing to come forward towards you. They want to be with you. You might ignore them at first. You might say, I don't want to have nothing to do with this. I don't want to be with you. But you do. You do. Because you're emotionally invested. I also see some sort of message or good news on the way. Someone is coming to fight for you. Now, too, what I feel like is that they were in a relationship, but I feel like when they come into your life, they're going to have been recently broken up. So this is too, because now they're available. Now they're available. And they're like, okay, now I'm going to make a move. It's just a matter of time. So I feel like someone is newly single, and so they're approaching you. You also may have the option of more than one person. One of those people you're not going to be interested in moving forward with, but the other one you are. Those of you that are fertile, be careful, because I see that you might find out news or the results coming back in that you're expecting. So if you're not wanting to have a child right now, then I advise you strap up or get them inserts in the arm, do whatever you got to do, because that is a strong possibility that someone ends up with child unexpectedly. Or you might find out that someone just had a baby, and that's a shocker. So just be prepared, you guys. All right. Okay. So deck number 2. High Priestess. 7 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. Queen of Wands. Magician. Justice. 6 of Wands. Page of Wands. All right, so those of you that picked deck number 2, there's something going on in regards to decisions, making things right, something being out of balance and needing to get back on track. I'm seeing a couple of things here. I'm seeing something in regards to business matters, like having to, maybe you're signing a new business contract, or maybe you've been summoned into court for something. There also could be some sort of child custody situation going on. Now also here, the High Priestess is talking about secrets. There are things that are going on in the spirit world, in the spirit realm. It's not meant for you to know. So you're being asked to go within, to make decisions based off of your intuition. Or maybe you've already been talking to readers and psychics, and after they gave you their feedback, or gave you a reading or some information, now it's up to you to make a decision based off of your own gut intuition, regardless of what you've already been told. You have to make a decision now, and you're being asked to trust. Listen to your intuition. Something is loud and clear for you to see or feel. Like the answer is there. It's right there. So you need to just make a decision and trust that it's the right one. But something is going on. I also feel that she's telling you that you need to be patient about something. Something isn't happening as fast as you'd like it to. Here we have you waiting and wondering what else needs to be done. Is there anything else I can do to make this happen? Or anything else I can do to speed things up? No. The seeds have been planted. They're growing. And they're going to sprout. They're going to manifest. But you got to wait. Probably something's going to happen probably in another month or so. If you're waiting for a decision, trying to find out anything about court papers, documents, you might have to wait for about another month. What's your intuition telling you? Everything's going to be fine. Then believe that. Don't try to make something out worse than what it is. If you're intuitively, you feel like everything's going to be okay, then know that everything's going to be okay. I also see this as the possibility of receiving some sort of inheritance and trying to figure out what to do with it. I see that both spiritually and financially. I feel like here you might have some sort of spiritual gift and you're trying to figure it out. Or you're like, how do I use this gift? What do I do with it? It's like discovering you have a magic wand and you find out that you can make anything happen with the wand. Anything you think of, you touch it and it manifests. Then it's just like, now I need to make wise choices then. So I feel like there's a need for you to make wise decisions here. What are you going to do with your gift? How do you market it? Somebody might be like, I should take advantage of people. Don't be that guy. But at the same time, this is telling you that you are gifted. You may have multiple gifts. You have an ability to motivate, to inspire, to convince. So you're very good at whatever this gift is. You might also be very good at your job overall, especially if you work in sales and especially if you're an entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur has to inspire his or her clients and convince them into purchasing a product or a service here. Now, in regards to love, the Magician, not so great, because what I'm seeing here is someone who is motivated by sex. I see someone who does have love for you. Like you're saying, do they really love me though? Yes, they love you. But I don't know. It's like they're more driven by the attraction and your sexual chemistry together. Like maybe, out of all the other people, they're like, oh my God, but my absolute favorite, if I had to choose, I want to be with this person sexually. So there's a strong sexual attraction. And if someone comes galloping back into your life talking about what's up, they're like, hey, what's up? How you been? How you doing? I feel like they were motivated by sex. They're hiding their true intentions. You know, they want something. They're not being, 100 with you. I mean, sure, like I said, I'm not saying that this person is just strictly using you. They do, with the cups here, I do feel like they love you. Or they do have genuine feelings for you at least. But these energies here, it just looks sexually motivated. So let me go ahead and get some more information. Starting with the High Priestess. I know she likes to be secretive, but let's see what else we can get from the High Priestess. There is definitely some sort of decision that's getting ready to be made. And I feel like you're veiled from it. Like, even if you have some sort of dreams or you receive some sort of clues in your dreams, it's like you wake up and you forgot and you're like, what was that I was dreaming? I feel like I had an answer in my dreams, but now I forgot it. Excuse me, you're just gonna have to trust your intuition, because the memory is within on what you need to do. Yeah, see, that it's telling you have to go within for the answers. The answer, you're going to be enlightened by your own self. You're your own best advisor. Something is guiding you. Something is acting as a force to guide you on your spiritual journey or path. You're being illuminated. Like you're picking up little pieces of clues to the puzzle here and there and being illuminated. Now, I also feel like some of you might be trying to decide, should I go to school or should I focus on my career? I feel like career is standing out. Now, it's going to be different for everybody. That's why you need to get your own individual reading. But I feel like it's time for you to use your gifts, as your source of income. So I feel like this is telling you to focus and do some more research on these gifts that you have. And it's time for you to prepare to start working on your own, to be that entrepreneur. Now, if you're deciding something like, should I stay, should I go? Somebody's been lying to you. So now what? You want to stay with them and see where the lie goes? Or do you just want to disconnect from them? That's your choice. So if intuitively you feel like this person has been dishonest with you about something, then make your decision based off of that. If you're trying to decide what you need to study, I know there's a lot of you watching, so I don't know what you should study. For some of you, it's between business and law. You're passionate about one of those two things. Go with whatever seems not easiest, but put it this way. Let's say, for instance, you say, okay, I'm going to study law. And you sign up for the class. The first day of class, the instructor has suddenly dropped that course. And it's like, is that a red flag? You go back the next day. all of a sudden, I don't know, there's some sort of shift or change with the course, something that you don't like, or now you need to take this in order to have that. And you're like, I don't know about this. But then you decide to take the business course. And then things just start running smoothly. You love your professor. You open your book or you hear them speak, and immediately all these ideas start flowing. The next thing you know, someone comes up to you and they're like, hey, if you want to be an intern at my XYZ company, you're welcome to come. So it's like things start unfolding and your path just gets easier and easier. That's the one you go with. The one that seems kind of weird and wonky, maybe, I'm saying that if it's a choice between two different things, go with the path where it seems everything is being aligned for you naturally. If you're feeling like you have to force something to happen, and see, this is also saying do what makes you happy. Maybe your decision was based off of what your parents wanted you to do versus what you want to do. This is telling you to do what makes you happy. So go within, and your happiness is going to make you money. Your passion will always return. It's always a good investment because I feel like you'll see the return eventually. Now, some of you are deciding to walk away or let go of something. So especially if you were in school, it's just like, okay, I think I'm going to leave school and focus on my business. So, if that's what you feel like you need to do, then that's what you need to do. But you have been given an opportunity to choose or decide. If you had a dream that you were some business person, some business mogul, take that as a clue. That's the direction you need to go in. Now, I also want to look at the Magician really quickly. I think you're going to, I'm seeing it a couple of ways. The first thing I'm seeing is that some of you have some sort of light bulb moment where you're like, oh, yes, this is what I'm going to do. This is the brand I'm going to create. This is the direction that I want to go in. This is how I'm going to make a living. Like you're brainstorming. I feel like this is brainstorming, and you're coming up with some sort of amazing money-making idea here. I also feel like for some of you spiritually, you realize how the law of attraction works, or you realize how to manifest something or what works for you. Because those of you that are into the law of attraction, I know you've been reading and researching and trying to figure out how the hell does this work. All these people saying it worked for them, What am I doing wrong? So I feel like you guys that practice that need to tweak it. Like the information that you receive, tweak it and make it fit to you. And I feel like you're discovering something. You're like, oh, this is what works for me. So I see this as some sort of manifestation, some idea birthing into reality here. Yeah. Something that was a fantasy, something that was only a dream. Now I'm thinking about Biggie. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Now look what happened. Rich. So those of you that maybe you're a performer, matter of fact, with all these wands and creative energy flowing through and emotional, someone putting their emotions into words or lyrics, now you're making a living from that. So whatever this is, I feel like I almost feel like you was somebody was smoking, and this is my smoking card. And while they were smoking, or it's usually any natural high for me anyway, like mushrooms, what's that stuff Steve Jobs did, that was it LSD? I don't know. I think it used to be legal. Whatever the case, some sort of mind-altering substance, not alcohol. It could be, but I feel like it's more so something that is of the earth. And you come up with a money-making idea. whether it's a song or a beat or that spiritual gift that you have that's making you money. See, you manipulating energies too. Both of these people here, they're manipulating energies. The magician knows how to work the elements of air, fire, water, earth. And the temperance knows how to make everybody get along, like make everybody be peaceful or transform 2 or 3 of these elements into something else. This is something as mundane as baking for me. That's why I say bakers are scientists, because it's something about putting all those elements together and creating something sweet and delicious and beautiful. So I just kind of feel like too, this can be something as mundane as somebody a baker and coming out with a delicious recipe that makes a lot of money. So that is all that I have for you guys, but I hope it resonated. Hope it made sense. We'll go ahead and move on to deck number 3. Oh, we got the devil. The star. Strength. Uh-oh, getting all majors. The sun. Wow. And 3 of Cups. Central issue, we have 6 of Swords. Page of Wands. The Hanged Man. All right, so somebody has been sending telepathic messages to another person. Someone has also maybe been dreaming about the other person or daydreaming. I feel like someone hears you. If you're the one that's been channeling or trying to send some sort of telepathic messages, I feel like your target heard you. They're like, they were minding their own business and all of a sudden they look up like, what was that? Who was that? I just kind of feel like I feel like they heard you or you alerted them. So your spirit's connected. You're aligned right now. You're tapped into their energy. They're tapped into yours. And now it's a matter of, now that you have their attention, what do you want? I feel like some of you are very new with some sort of gift or skill that you have. You're learning how to develop something. Whether it's a creative gift or a spiritual gift, you're still learning about it. I don't know why too. I'm getting something in regards to a tribal tattoo. Like, you know those tribal tattoos when people get like their whole arm tatted like with some sort of band with triangles and ancient symbols. Like, I don't know who that is. I don't know if someone wants that or they have that on their arm already. And I also was picking up tattoo artists. Like, I feel like someone is a tattoo artist. That's like, that might be a hidden talent or gift or skill that they have. They're like, yeah, on the weekends I had tattoo parties and I tat people up. Or that might be something that you're, trying to do or eventually get to. I'm also feeling that someone is on a journey. Like, this is kind of letting go of some sort of control issues and just going with the flow of things. So I feel like you might be moving in a direction using your intuition. I was getting ready to say intuitive guides because I also feel like for some of you, this is about a spirit guide that is kind of around you, almost like a fairy. Maybe because of the images on the cards, but I almost feel like there is a fairy energy around you. I believe in fairies too. Like, I just put it this way, I believe in a lot of things that we're taught were fake are actually real things. I know that sounds crazy. Some of y'all probably like, oh, let me change my YouTube. I have a very open mind. I feel though that someone too is getting ready to travel. Ooh, I see an exchange, like I said, I see an exchange of messages. You're having telepathic conversations with somebody. I feel like two people are exchanging thoughts through secretive ways or hidden ways. Like someone posts up a song and that song is for you. Someone posts up some sort of ambiguous message and it's for you. It's like someone is leaving clues out or breadcrumbs for you to follow. I also feel like I said, if you are dreaming about this person, I feel like they've been dreaming about you too. So you guys are kind of tapped into each other's energy. It's mutual. And you guys are learning how to do it more often. It's like discovering that you have this ability with this person and you guys both are trying to figure out how to keep it going, or was that a fluke, or can we do this at will? So I feel like there are things that you're trying to figure out spiritually. Now, let's not ignore the fact that we have the devil. So, I mean, first of all, yes, I know the devil is Capricorn. Stop telling me that. I know that. But the devil also could be representing an energy that is a codependent energy, or is someone who suffers from some sort of alcohol or drug addiction, especially with the Hanged Man. Someone likes to escape a lot. They escape their problems through the use of drugs or alcohol. So someone may have some sort of codependency to drugs or alcohol. And two, I feel like maybe someone stays high because they're trying to drown out their gift. They don't know that they're telepathic. They don't know that they're an empath. They don't know that these are gifts. I feel like the star is giving you a gift. The universe is like, I've gifted you with this. Here you go. Figure out how to use it. But because someone is just maybe so asleep, the devil is asleep. This is someone who is so earthbound, so materialistic, so caught up in the matrix. They're under an illusion. So when these things happen, when they get their first wake-up call, or maybe all their life, they have been hearing sounds, voices, seeing auras, seeing, different things, and they're like, something's wrong with me. Or the minute I try to bring it up with my family, they tell me I'm a lunatic. So, forget it. I'll just blend in and stay drunk and stupid and act a fool so I can blend in with people. So this is someone who's also codependent to society because you have not, or they have not learned how to be okay with being their unusual selves. Now here too we have the star, which corresponds to Aquarius. So you also could be dealing with an Aquarius. But the Aquarius is someone who is very unique, unusual, independent. And this may be the energy that you need to transform this into. So you might start off with this energy and transform yourself into this energy. Or if you're dealing with a person, if this is something romantic, I kind of warned you guys in one of the super single videos that the person coming towards you was the devil. And a lot of you went off, lost your minds, but you're not seeing the bigger picture. The star is the bigger picture. This is something that is not only when they come into your, and I get it, for, you know, this is not for everybody, you know, so a lot of people are quick to assume that this is some abusive ex coming back that they want nothing to do with, but you don't know that this could still be someone new, but this person has issues, this person is evolving, and maybe too, especially if you're spiritually awakened, this is you're part of their journey. You're part of the person that awakens their heart chakra, or you're the person that helps them remove that veil. So it doesn't always have to be so negative with the devil, especially with these surrounding cards. These are looking pretty beautiful to me. The devil is next to the star, and the star, you know, that's universal healing. Then we have the sun, which is also, this is a positive energy. The sun, to me, too, is speaking about a soulmate. Because the sun is in Latin is soul. So the soulmate, that's what that makes me think of. And I feel, too, that this person is like enlightening the other person. This person brings light to the shadow, to what is hidden, to what is dark. And so some person is like the light. And some people are like, well, what about me? I need healing. Yeah, you're healing yourself. By you healing yourself and being a light, you are healing yourself. They're going to heal, and eventually you don't realize it, but you're healing too in the process. And again, it doesn't have to be something negative or abusive. I'm not saying that someone negative and abusive is necessarily coming into your life, but it might be someone who has some issues. You fighting off somebody because they're not perfect, but who says that you were perfect? So anyway, back what I was saying too, the sun is also talking about being released to me. So I feel like this will eventually, someone will be released from this bondage of darkness too. I also feel like this is good news. This is something that is very optimistic here. Now, I also feel like someone is very creative. Someone is very creative, and it's time for you to share your abilities with the world here. The star is someone who shares with the world, who shares with the masses. So I feel like you have the ability to share and enlighten other people and make other people happy and inspire people. I feel like someone is being inspired. This person might come into your life and inspire you, or you inspire them. Either way, I just feel like it's positive energy traveling through these cards. And you have the strength to endure any type of obstacles because you've been through a lot. Somebody has been through a lot. Somebody has been through the ringer. And yes, you probably are a very strong-willed person. But I feel like nothing will be placed on you that you can't handle. And you can handle this situation, whatever it is. Even if it's not talking about something romantic, if it's talking about a career. For some of you, it is talking about being a star and being famous. And you might be afraid, saying, am I going to be able to handle this lifestyle? Am I going to fall into temptation? I'm going to be surrounded by all this drugs and alcohol and MK Ultra. Y'all, I still don't know how that worked for everybody, but I feel like someone needs to stand their ground if they're in that industry. Like it's saying that you're not a weak-minded person. So don't be saying yes the minute somebody offer you some damn coke. You know, you can say no, you stand your ground. So you might be surrounded by this devil energy. If it's not like love related. You might just work in an industry where you're an entertainer, you're a star, you're famous, and you're around all this temptation. You can handle it. Don't fall for it. If you feel like you can't handle it, then remove yourself from that energy. Get out of there. Take a break from that business. Also, I see the strength romantically as you trying to fight this devil energy because you're like, oh Lord, this person is no good for me. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to help them. I don't want to deal with them. Get away from me. And I feel like you're going to try to resist this energy. Others of you, I can see why you would want to resist this, because it's temptation. It's a third party situation. You're being lured into a third party situation that you don't want no parts of. And I don't blame you. I get it. I understand. All that I'm saying, though, is from a spiritual standpoint, is that you might get caught up into something you didn't intend to, but it's to help you evolve. Those of you that watch my twin flame story, I don't know if I was ever, I don't know if I went into detail. I'm not going into detail now, but just as an example, my twin pursued me for almost a year, and I stayed away from him because he was honest. He was like, yeah, I'm in a relationship. And I was like, oh, well, what are you doing? Get away from me. You know, I avoided him like the plague. He would not leave me alone. He grew on me. I'm not going to lie. You know, I really fought him off. I would not answer his calls. I didn't answer his texts. It was to the point where I was like, this man is delusional. Like, he has a problem. And I guess, too, what the problem is with the devil is that it's temptation. It's not like I was repulsed by him. He was very attractive to me. I did want to know him, but I knew that relationship was in a way. It was just like, no, like, I don't want to mess with you. I don't care if you're not happy. Like, don't get away from me with that. And I don't know what happened, but eventually I was just like, let me talk to him. Let's have a conversation. You start telling yourself, I guess it don't hurt to have a conversation. Start talking on the phone. It's like, oh my God, like, I'm enjoying this man's conversation. Then a conversation gets up to, let's go to the lake. I used to live in Chicago. That's what, you know, you do in the summertime. Go up to the lakefront. Let's go to the lake. You know, just stuff like that. And it was just like, eventually you kind of start saying, well, I don't have no business, but, you know, you find yourself doing something you said you would never do. And that was the first time that I ever got involved with someone that was unavailable, or that, you know, I just shouldn't have been messing with. But turned out that was my twin. From that connection turned out something, to me, I don't regret it, because he awakened me. He awakened me. Like, I learned about more. I've always been spiritually in tune, and I've always loved God, but I mean, it just brought me closer to him, even though I had to go through a painful situation when we separated, you know. And two, this is getting involved with someone who is who may be stuck in that relationship, their karmic partner. They still have not resolved that. They still are going through that. So I know I jumped stories, but I was just giving that as an example where someone is fighting this temptation off. They're like, no, but the attraction is there. The attraction is there. And that's why it's a struggle. That's why it's like, oh my God, get away from me. So I feel like whoever this is coming towards you, if it's something romantic, that you're going to try to fight that temptation. And look how their depiction, they even put the snake in the picture. So like the snake whispered to Eve, and you know, Eve, she fell for temptation. So somebody is being seduced. Somebody is being seduced. But I still like how I see the star and the sun here, because you don't know what this connection is or will be. Again, if this is someone violent, who is someone who's abusive, I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about some new person coming into your life that's probably going to assist you on your spiritual journey. Or if you're... Most of my viewers are on the spiritual journey, so that's why I say that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I don't know. Just stick to the third party stuff. You're about to get involved in a third party situation, especially with this Three of Cups here. I also see this as a reconciliation. I see someone trying very hard to keep a platonic friendship. It's like, oh, we're just friends. No, oh, it's innocent. Everything's just light and friendly between us. And then here's the elephant in the room. Is like, if I could, I would out of you, you know. And it's just like, those are the secret thoughts, but everybody's trying to play like, oh, it's just innocent, we're friends, you know. But you know, this is the elephant in the room. That desire is there. So, yeah, I see several things. I see you guys being aligned. This is an alignment. And you don't have to go there too, you guys. Everybody's story is different. Just because temptation is there doesn't mean that you're actually gonna push. But you know, it's just the desire is there. Just put it that way. Whether you fall into it, we don't know, but that desire is going to be there. And I just see that you're trying to keep something platonic, but I don't know. I'm getting like quite a few things. I'm almost done here. I didn't even do any clarifiers because I felt like so many messages were coming out in, you know, the cards alone, and especially with it all being majors. But I feel like you're being trapped. This is a trap. This is, I don't know, call it a honey trap, call it the universe doing something. I feel like you are walking into a bear trap, like you're about to get trapped. I feel like you are going to tell yourself that you're not going to get involved, or you're not going to do this, not going to do that. But I almost feel like you guys, once you connect, once you're in each other's lives, you feel like you can't let each other go. This is like some sort of lifelong friendship or soulmate connection. It doesn't have to stay like this. We can try to evolve this into something more pure, you know, because this is the dark part, or the part with the kinks. This is what needs to be cleaned up. This is the shadow work that needs to be done. So I feel like this is something that can turn into just a one-on-one situation. You know, it doesn't have to stay a third party. And that one-on-one, either you and this person, yes, you could stay, eventually just end up just the two of you, or decide to go your separate ways. Either way, I just feel like it doesn't have to stay in this energy field. But this is the bait. Somebody is like being used as bait. And I also see someone like hooking two people up. So it's not necessarily like a third party situation where there's cheating, but someone is like introducing you to someone. They think they're doing a good thing, like, oh, my friend's single, you should meet my other single friend. And the chemistry is off the chain, and you don't know what you got yourself into. It starts off like you guys are in love. You guys are go through that honeymoon phase where you're glued at the hip and can't do anything separate from one another. You want to blow your nose, and you're like, baby, is it okay if I blow my nose? You know, I don't know. It's just something intensely codependent. But I feel like that's just that's something that hooks you to get your attention, to bring you to your highest potential here. What else can I say? That's basically it. Yeah, that's basically it. So, I mean, I hope that resonates. Hope it makes sense. I hope you guys don't get pissed off that I keep trying to throw a devil at you. I'm sorry. You chose the deck. But, yeah, don't feel, leave your comments if they're nice. If they're not, I just delete them because I hate negative energy. But thank you so much for viewing, and many blessings to you.